Peace. What's going on? Welcome back to another dope ass episode of Hoodies the Podcast. I'm the host of Garbage Sheedy, and I got a question, man. What does it mean when you say, I stand with? You fill in the blanks. What does it mean when you tell someone that you stand with them? In the face of adversity, what does that mean? Okay, if you my homie and somebody I care about, and somebody presses you, I'm pressing them. Okay? What if I'm in the corporate world and they decide to make an example out of me because of an emotional moment? And it doesn't matter if what I did or what I promoted is factual or not. Because of an emotional moment. It's all religion any fucking way, for being honest. Right? Y'all know who I'm talking about, so let's not play that game. Listen, if my employer in the corporate world or otherwise, if they're offended in some kind of negative way and decide to take disciplinary measures, which most likely means tapping me in the pocket, are you standing for me? If so, how? You gonna Zelle me a cool million to help me stay on top of my expenses? Shit, fuck millions. How about a couple grand? Yeah? Couple hundred? If you shaking your head to any of these dollar amounts, then I won't call no names, and I won't call anybody names yet. Because I still don't know what it's meant when someone says I'll stand with you. And it's not like this podcast is live or anything, right? So here's another thing. How about why is like the likes of Jay-Z and Diddy? And Jay-Z and Diddy are just, those two figures are just microcosms of influential, wealthy black folk, celebrities slash whatever you want to call them, right? Why are the likes of Jay-Z and Diddy and others, like I said, charged for not saying nothing when stuff like this happens with Kanye and Kyrie? Why exactly is this culture, why exactly does this community always want to see multiple black folk ruin business relationships and streams of money that a lot of times are used to benefit the culture, the community? You know? I mean, and think about it. Just give it some thought. What's those celebrities speaking up supposed to do? Shake up the power structure? Why you want to see them lose billions? And then when they lose it, then what? They'll have your respect? Shit, maybe that's the reason why a lot of them turn around and apologize. Because they realize, you know what? Standing with me? Where y'all at? Some of you who talk this, I stand with you. Hashtag I stand with you. Some of you are housewives. Talking about you stand with Kyrie. You don't have to face what Kyrie has to face. Or with Kanye or Nick Cannon or any people who's facing the type of things they facing. Of course you can say you stand with them and go ahead and do it and cheer them on, because you don't have to face what they have to face. Some of you are in business for yourselves and you don't have to face that. It's easy for you to say. I could say that shit all day. I don't have to face that. And most of you work for white folk anyway. And I already know ain't none of you going upstairs to tell your white boss how you really feel about him and his people. I bet you won't do that. Shit, you won't even tell your supervisor that. Much less your boss. And if you in the military, tell your commanding officer how you really feel about his people. Him and his people. And that you're the chosen one. I dare you. Tell him how you really feel. Tell him. Okay, listen. If you are a black man or woman that's a CEO of a major sports franchise or some big Fortune 500 company, right? And some white dude, an employee, he tweets, the only thing black people are good for is entertainment. Singing, dancing, boxing, basketball, football, etc. Nothing intelligent. Right? And then went and posted that link to the book and or the movie on their Twitter feed. You see this. Your constituents see this. Very influential people that you're in business with sees this. Other employees see this. This is not a good look, and it's offensive. You give this employee an opportunity to recant, right? You give them an opportunity to adjust and correct. And they say in so many words, nah, fam, I ain't backing down, because I know where I come from. Because they feel like it's the truth. The truth. How would that set with you? The real talk, ask yourself that. We should all ask ourselves that. How does that sit with you? Is it cool? Be honest, is that cool? Because of free speech? If it was me, I'm getting rid of that cracker. He's fucking out of here. Out of here. Early. You know what I'm saying? Listen. We all, and I mean all of, well, I'm not gonna say we all, because I'm not gonna say that, but a lot of us, we learned as kids, staying in our parent or guardian's crib, that you can't just say and do whatever the fuck you want to say and do in your parent or guardian's crib. You just can't. It just don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? We are oftentimes told as kids, this is my house, my rules. And when you become an adult and get your own house, you can make your own rules. Until then, you're gonna watch your mouth and take this fucking trash out, little nigga. Take out the fucking trash and you're gonna stare him down. Yeah. Boy, he lost his mind. Now, everybody been told that before? Y'all remember that? Now take this same concept to the workplace. To the workplace now. And when you work in somebody else's establishment, there are rules of engagement. You ain't gotta like all of them either. You know what I'm saying? And if there's a rule and a stance that your employer has that you don't like, what? You can always quit and go start your own. Just like you left your parent or guardian's crib and went to go get your own place. You know what I'm saying? Or go somewhere where the rules are better. You still gotta abide by somebody's rules. Just like if somebody lives in your house, they gotta abide by your rules. Do you know what I'm saying? And here's another thing too that I would like to point out. Right? For all these black folk to be so woke, so conscious, so enlightened, is crazy. Why are you not encouraging Kyrie and Kanye and I don't know, Nick Cannon, various people that aren't spoken of in the media? Why are we not encouraging them to be more strategic? The Nets owner, what is Joe Tsai? Something like that. And then the NBA commissioner is Adam Silver. All right, check this out. You don't think Joe Tsai and Adam Silver have certain views about black people? You know what I'm saying? They could think we super thugs and pimps. And just like the scenario with the white employee, they could think all we good for is bouncing a basketball. Okay? To their credit, I gotta give it to them if that's how they feel, right? The difference is they smart enough to not tweet about it. You know what I'm saying? Adam Silver may feel the exact way Joe Tsai might feel. Right? He might feel the exact same way, but now he's got to do something because his comments say he did tweet it. Now he has to deal with that. He got to deal with that because it's bad for business. You can't wake up these niggers. You can't have niggas thinking, hey, I'm just a commodity to these motherfuckers. Our job is to keep them happy. That's why we pay them millions. We let them honor George Floyd and Black Lives fucking matter and put sayings on the back of the uniforms like peace and social justice, and we even put slogans on the court so that they can think that we care about them. We can't wake them up and have them thinking for themselves. And Joey, you did that. I gotta cut you, Joe. I gotta cut you. Because that's bad for the bottom line. Keep your personal feelings to yourself, Joe. You don't think all the white... there was this one guy who was the owner of the Clippers, right? And he got caught putting his personal feelings out there. It was probably wrong how they got that recording or whatever. But hey, when they got you, they got you. It's just what it is. They had to get rid of him. The commissioner at the time, if it wasn't Adam, I can't remember, right? You got to do something to him. He could have the same views as that man, but he's got to do something to you so everybody thinks that you give a fuck. The NBA and the NFL and the sports world is too inclusive for that type of shit. They stand for the black community, the Asian community, the gay community, women's rights, and this, that, and the third, and they're pro-voting and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? There's a brand, right? So personally, nobody needs to know that you're a real Hebrew or not. At the end of the day, who fucking cares? We always gotta put everything out on Front Street, especially when it comes to money and so-called knowledge. You know what I mean? To show everybody we deep and shit. We got all that knowledge and yet we stupid. We read all this shit about double standards all throughout history, right? But then once we put them books down and face life, we act like we don't know what time it is. Like, if that was a white dude shit, they would have... We already know that. We been knew that since we was kids. If that was black folks that rushed the Capitol shit, they would have had a pop fest. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. And if we know that, then why aren't we being more strategic? You know what we sound like? We sound like churchgoers. We sound like motherfucking churchgoers. All that scripture, you know what I'm saying, about fearing nothing but God, and you're a coward in the face of adversity in real life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all just traded religion for wokeness. And yet, you still want somebody to die on the cross for you. Ain't that the reason why you want people to move crazy? Lose it all so you can respect them? There's a lesson to be learned from Asians and Jews and others. The lesson is, get your own shit. Asians realize, man, look, we ain't gonna get treated the way we should be treated by them, whoever them to them is. So let's get our own. You know what I'm saying? If Kyrie Irving, instead of apologizing, said, fuck this, man, I'm retiring, I quit the NBA, I'm gonna start my own league, then I would stand with him. Then I would stand with any brother who decided to do, if the moment they decided to leave that establishment, okay, leave home and start their own, then I'll stand with you. Instead of rocking with you only for you to go back to the same power structure you just left in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can talk chosen ones all day. All day. Everybody religiously swears they're the chosen ones. Christians. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like if you've, accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior and blah, 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 that boom, you have favor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody swears that they are the chosen one, that they are the ones, that what they believe is the shit. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you've read. You know what I'm saying? Listen, regardless of what your religion says, they are in power. And they is whoever is writing your check. You understand? Whoever's writing your check. Shout out to Money Mayweather. He's in contract with himself. You know what I'm saying? And listen, because they write the checks, if you work for them, they write your check. If we so woke, why are we not wise enough to know that? know what I'm saying? Why are we not wise enough to move with strategy? You ever heard the saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it? It's not that, it's how you move. It's chess. And instead of crying like children because we can't do what we want to do in somebody else's house, maybe it will be better to say fuck it and get your own. Otherwise, act like you know you're in the matrix. It's one thing if you don't know. It's real interesting that for all these people who claim to be so woke and conscious or enlightened, whatever you want to call it, you're so this and so that, yet you act so fucking clueless. You know what time it is. Act like you know that you're in the matrix. Act like you know that we live in a world where everybody's got these different belief systems. It makes us feel good. It gives us a sense of security. Now, whether you like that shit or not, whether you agree with it or not, whether you find their sense of security to be real or true or not, that ain't got nothing to do with them. You feel me? And you brothers, man, and I say even this with all due respect. You brothers who's got a great deal of influence, you know a lot about history, you know a lot about finances. There's Brother 19 Keys, Dr. Boyce Watkins, various other brothers whom I respect, right? I find it interesting that a lot of brothers condemn other black folk in the media for not putting their careers in jeopardy by standing and saying something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And same time, some of you dudes in the media, like Shaq and Charles Barkley, you know, calling Kyrie stupid and, you know, and calling him an idiot. Y'all ain't got to say that either. You know what I'm saying? I get it though, but y'all ain't got to do that. I get it. See? Because see, believe it or not, folks like Shaq and them, they get it more than you think they do. They know that we are in the matrix. You see what I'm saying? So calling Kyrie stupid and calling him an idiot, to me, anyway, I can't speak for nobody else, but to me, that's like saying, nigga, you are stupid for giving up your 20. Your 20 is your position. And in this case, I'm talking about your mental position, where you are mentally. You gave it up. Okay? You don't think that you would be of better use keeping your personal things to yourself? Look at the things this brother has done or does. You could be of more use to the community by keeping your 20 to yourself. You can still enlighten folk around you. Why do we, where are we, goddammit? It's simple. You don't like their rules. You don't like how they react to our consciousness. Well, then quit. Go into business for yourself, man. Problem solved. You dig? Done. Fuck them. Fuck their rules. Now you're living by your own. It's a no-brainer, if you ask me. So, when you say that you stand by someone, I'm going to go ahead and take that as some sort of insult, especially if you know that person has no control over whatever it is they're going through or wherever it is they work or you know what I mean, no control in the situation except quit and leave. You know what I'm saying? Are you sure that you're not a hater? Like, are you sure? Are you sure that deep down you don't want folk to lose? You sure? You might want to look into that. You know what I'm saying? You might really just might want to take a step back and ask yourself, what does it mean when I say I stand with someone? You know, you may say, well, shit, Malcolm said this and Brother Minister Farrakhan said that. Yeah, well, number one, they don't work for white folk. And number two, they've got infrastructure, backup. There's a mosque in every nook and cranny. Fruits of Islam, please. They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke. A lot of these black folk out here, they don't have backup like that. Or even, not even that well versed about what it is they claim to stand for. I get it, they're still on that journey, but until you're there, you should keep that shit to yourself. You do more good by not letting people know what you think, man. Play the game. You know what I'm saying? We're so fucking emotional. Close your shh. Just move. Move. Be strategic. You stand with what? Think about that. I'm Nagar Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Peace. Ayy.